Okay, so this is actually video take 2 because the last one I was trying to do, I had the wrong eagle. But anyways, here's a video. I'm going to show you how to use Gimp and how I created our logo. Unfortunately, I couldn't find all the original pieces, mainly the scroll that I used, but I could still get my point across and show you exactly how to do it. So first, you want to remember, always start with your background layer and work your way from the background layer up, because if you don't do that, then you're just going to have a big mess of like basically stuff covering up other stuff. It's just not going to look right. First, I'm going to show you how to actually cut an image out of an existing one. For example, we're going to go to File, Open. Here's my bald eagle on the desktop. There's the eagle. Now, I'm going to show you how to cut the eagle out of this image and leave that behind. The mountains and everything in the background. So, the best thing to do is take your magnifying glass here, the zoom tool, and zoom in on your starting point. Don't zoom in too much though, like I just did. Once you have a good starting point, click these scissors here. Right there, you got the scissors. Now, you want to try to get as close to the bird as possible. So there's my starting point. I just clicked, that's it. And from there, you want to keep clicking your trace marks, basically, and it automatically detects the image that you're cutting out. Since the color, since the color is a lot lighter here and darker here, it automatically detects the border. So my only piece of advice I would say is get as many of these points as possible. You can actually even hold down the key and select the points, and it automatically just starts tracing. You can actually see the lines right there. They're a little jagged because they're tracing the edge of the eagle. So you're going to do that and get as many points as possible. The more points you have, the better quality the cut will be. So for now, I'm going to actually pause this video. I'm going to do the cutting and basically show you the finished product. Okay, so I'm resuming recording right now just to show you something real quick. And I'm doing this real quick, as you can see, because like I just doing it real brief. These points, anytime you come up to a point, you have to make sure you put a dot on that point. See these here, the ends of the feathers? Get those points. Up here, get the points. If you don't do that, I'll give you an example real quick. I'll show you. I'm not exactly doing this perfect. Here's a point. If you don't get the point and you put one straight across, it's not going to get that whole thing. You see that blue right there? That's the background. You don't want that. So you can actually, if you do that accidentally, you can actually click and hold that spot there and just put it in a new spot, and it fixes it. So like I said, I'm just doing this, trying to do this quick just to make my point. Here's another point there. See, it went around the corner. It made the edge of the feather. It outlined it. Coming up to another point. And pay attention to where your dots are connecting, because sometimes if you get this close, the dots will connect here and not here like I wanted it to. Alright, so I'm going to pause this again, just so you're not looking at it. I'm resuming the video once again to show you a few shortcuts. See how this is very straight? It's not really jagged like here. Sometimes you can actually get away with putting a few points and stretching it. See right there, you couldn't. So there you could. We're gonna have to stretch that there. See, this is why you try to get as many points as you possibly can, because stuff like this can happen. That there, I couldn't actually pull off what I was trying to prove, which is fine. But sometimes when the edge is straight enough, you could just put a couple points. It looks like it's not really going to work here, but that's fine. We'll continue. Alright, so I'm resuming again to show you the part with the talons. Ignore all of this. Don't even worry about this. I'm going to show you how to get rid of that after I'm done cutting it out. We're going to get to that. Okay, resuming again. Just want to show you this because you may be wondering. You can actually just normally scroll back and forth between the image and you won't lose the cuts you've already traced. So don't even worry about that. You know, you could just continue doing what you're doing as like so, and then hey, I need to go over here. Okay, no problem. That's it. You just scroll with your scroll bar like you normally would. And we're gonna pause again. Okay, I'm just resuming again to point out the finer details. When you run into stuff like this where you have really thin lines, it's very important that you take your time to get the trace around the line. Like I said, it's easy to hold down the left button on your mouse and drag it to where you want to cut out, like I'm doing here, so you get the finer lines all traced out. It doesn't always have to be precise, but of course, the more patient you are with this and the more time you put into it, the better it's going to come out. Now, there is a little bit right here, but it's not very noticeable, so I'm going to skip over that part. Normally I would actually trace it and capture it, but like I said, this video is just to show you real quick how to do most of this. And like I said, as you can see, my mouse, I'm putting it over the very edge of the feathers here to trace it. And we're going to pause here. We're almost done. Alright, so we're nearing the end, so we're going to start up the video for you again. As you can see, I've rushed the crap out of this, and we've come up to our final dot. It'll automatically connect to each other, so you don't even have to worry about doing anything else. And once you've done that and it's complete, you see how the cursor keeps changing from the do not enter sign looking thing and to that sign right there. Looks like dotted lines. Well, that indicates that when you click on the image, it'll trace around what you've just cut out, like so. See that? And you can actually see already, because I rushed it, that's going to be in that image. You can do some fine tuning to that, but there are finer points like, let's see, like this, you may not be able to do. Even this with the feathers. But anyways, we have our image. It's good, it's ready to go. So now what you basically do is go to edit and hit cut, and it just cut out our image. No more bird. So now that we have it cut, it's actually saved to our clipboard for now. Now you want to take that, close this, don't save it, and we're going to get our American flag. What you can even do if you want, hit paste. There's our eagle right there. And then you can save this as your eagle cut out, just as a template. So I'm going to save it to the desktop. Save that. There you go. Now, since I am here, and let me point this out. See what I mean with the eagle? You can see some of the sky because we rushed it. It's not going to be that noticeable to some people, but me, I really stress quality. So, anyways, remember I said we could get rid of this blue here in the talons. No problem. So what you do, go to layer, go to transparency, move alpha channel, layer again, transparency, add alpha channel, click on this magic wand here, and once you do that, you can zoom in on the image. Once you do that, get your magic wand, see how it cut that area there, it has the area, do that, and then just hit delete on your keyboard. See, now it's nothing, it's gone. Same with here, click it, hit delete on your keyboard. It's that simple. Hit delete. So now sometimes you could get the little stuff you missed too. See, like that makes it look better. So no more background, it's just plain. And if you actually go like this and go transparency and remove alpha channel, now you have a white background. So that's how you do that. Now we have our eagle all set, ready to go. I'm going to save it again. Now I'm going to close this for now because we have one piece. Let's see where it is on my desktop. I don't see it. Do you see it? I don't see it. There's that part, but alright, that's no problem, because when we go here, we go to open, it's right there. If you want, you can actually drag this onto the desktop, or sorry, save it to the desktop, or it's already on there. I don't know why it's not coming up. Anyways, so it's there. Now you can actually select everything and cut it out again so that you have, don't save it, so that you have your template ready. And now we're actually going to open the American flag. There it is. And guess what? Once it's open, go to edit, hit paste, and there's our eagle. Just a big eagle. So if that happens, you can actually go to layer, and where are you? Here it is, scale layer. We do a percent, and you can actually bring it down and shrink it. So I'm going to scale it down to 60, not enough. So again, layer, scale layer, percent. We'll do another 60, Still so. Let's see what happens. Bring it down again. Let's try 80 this time. You don't have to click here all the time either. You can actually use your keyboard to put it in. See, like so. You could go like this. 80. And these two are actually linked together, so it'll stay together and keep its scale so that's even. Let's try 80%. Still not enough. So you're just going to keep doing that until it scales down enough. Let's try 70%. So yeah, it's getting there. Not too bad. You know, what I can do is also make it bigger if you want. You just have to raise the percentage, and there you go, your scale comes up. But I'm not going to do the exact image like I did before, but remember, the more you scale your image to a larger image, the more detail you're going to lose, and the photo is going to become blurry. So we're going to stop there. Now, you're probably like, what the fuck's with this? Sorry, excuse my language. What the hell is with this white background? So, same thing as we did before. You go to the transparency. Oops. We're going to click that. Let's see, for this now, we got to go to image. Let's bring this down first. Oh, I know what I have to do. And I've already showed you it. You just have to scale it again. So I'm going to pause it so you're not just looking at the same bull crap again. Alright, so I've done it. And like I said, I had to scale it. We'll go back to the eagle. I want to point out one thing because I forgot to mention it. Make sure when you are doing your transparency, when you're adding the alpha channel, which is on right now, don't remove it. Make sure the alpha channel stays. You're going to get this checkerboard background. That's what you want. You don't want a white background. So we've done that, scaled it like we should. And we're going to scale it again. And as you can see, this is time consuming. Let's try 50% this time because we had to do it so much last time. Try the 50%, scale it down. So yeah, getting smaller. Oh, wrong one. Layer. Make sure you do layer. If you do image and you scale image, it's going to do the entire photo. But we're doing layer right now because then it'll just be the eagle. Alright, so scale layer. 50% is going to be too much, so let's try 70. Alright, so that's fine. I mean, it's close to what I had before. So once that's done, we're going to keep it like that. Okay, so we're going to cut it. Cut the image. If you want to open up something again, you have your other one here. If you mess anything up, you have it right there. But what I want to do, I want to save this actual image. So I open a new one, file new, file new. We got to open. There's the eagle we cut out. Okay, so we're going to keep that aside for now. So now we need to work on the scroll. Like I said, it wasn't the exact one I had originally, but it's fine. For now, we're going to open the Constitution. Here's the Constitution, not the whole thing, just the part I need. We're going to open with... Sorry, we're not going to open with... Get rid of some of this. Close it, don't save it. It doesn't matter which one you pick. Let's just pick this one. File, open. And we are now opening. Where are you? This one, not that one. This one. This is for a logo I'm working on. So is this. You can actually get a visual of it. Open that. There it is. Now for this is simple. All I did, see this box right here, top left corner. We're gonna actually take that. After I zoomed in, take that, find the edge. All I'm doing is left clicking and holding it down. And then just let go once you have that whole image. Once you have that whole image, same thing. Edit. Cut. Now you have that. Close this out. Don't save it. Close without saving. Open a new window. Edit. Paste. Now there's our image that we're going to put on the scroll. So put that aside. Now this, we're going to do the same thing as we did before. We're actually going to cut this image. So, file, open, scroll is somewhere here. Give me a sec. I have so much crap. Here it is. The parch roll. Now it says that it has a different color that's built in. So you just want to say to keep it. So you have this now. Okay. Now, to get this out, same thing as the eagle. We're going to zoom in on it first. Okay. So we're zoomed in. This should be pretty simple. This one is going to be nice. And start your cuts. Just like we did with the eagle. Okay. Same thing. So I'm going to pause it for now. So you don't have to watch me do this whole thing. Alright, starting again. You can see I already did everything. I rushed it a bit, of course. This isn't going to come out perfect, but I cut it. I have my trace mark, right? Oops. Now if that happens, no problem. Just... oh, not that. Well, that's not what I was looking for, but it's fine. Just add to it. You could, remember, you could drag these and place them where you want. So it's no big if you accidentally add something. Okay? So I have that, right? Oops. That, if that happens, that basically just means that you didn't complete the cut. So you have to find, I know, it's a pain. You have to find where it actually is. If you need to move stuff, it's fine. Move stuff around. This one's gonna be a pain in the butt though. I'm gonna move some of these cuts because I have no idea what happened. You know, I'm gonna have to clear that. You get the idea though. Alright, so I cut that out. Let's just pause this for a second. Okay, so I have that cut, but I'm actually going to show you another way that you could do this, since it has straight edges for the most part. You could actually use this lasso tool right here and trace it. You could actually just keep clicking. I'm not holding it, I'm just gonna keep clicking and it's making my lines, and just keep clicking. See how it's straight? Again, I'm rushing it, so I know I'm cutting off some of the ribbon, but it's fine. It's just an example. I'll show you what it does when you hold it. If you hold it, you can see how you actually do a free trace. Yeah, that's what you don't want. I'm going to drag it back to here. And there you go. So if you hold it, you get straight lines. If you don't hold it, you get straight lines. If you hold the left click down, you get squiggly lines, or basically a free draw tool. But we're going to trace it. Okay? So I'm going to pause the video while I do this. Alright, so I kind of forgot to show you how I connected these when I came to the end, but honestly it's real simple. Like, you have a dot here, you have a dot here. When you're tracing it, you just click the dot that already exists, which basically indicates your starting point, and when you actually do that, it automatically completes it for you. You see the dotted lines around it. So we got that. Now you can actually cut it out. There you go. And honestly, I did screw up the first time with the cut tool. I probably didn't connect the last two dots, and that's why it's got like that. And if that keeps happening, that's when the lasso tool comes in handy. But anyways, now we have our cut scroll. So close this, don't save it. New, same thing as we did before. Hit OK, edit, paste, and look at that. There's your scroll. Okay. Oh, perfect. This is actually something I wanted to show you. If you ever see this, where it's actually looks like it's not large enough, that's fine. Just hit cut again, and oops, come on. Minimize, file, new. Just make a larger template. Oops, and I'm not doing this right. Reset. Just do inches. Actually, even better. You can do it that way, but I have another way. Close that. Close without saving. Go back to our American flag, because that's the actual template, like the background. You can actually open a new one under the same size, which is that right there. Hit OK. Hit edit and paste. There you go. Now you can see the whole thing. Of course, we're not going to have the image this big. We have to scale it down so that the eagle can wrap his claws around it, and it's not as big as the eagle. And you're probably wondering, well, how did I keep the ribbon? I'm going to show you that. So, where are you? Go to here. I'm actually going to close this because I don't need it right now. That was just there just in case I lose this, but I have it saved to the desktop, so it's fine. We got this here, and you're probably trying to think like, okay, well, how'd you do that? It's easy. I'll show you. First, you actually want to turn this. Okay, so do that. Here's the rotate tool. Click it and click the image. Now you can see the grid came up. That means it's going to rotate this entire area. So, depending on which way you want it, you adjust it with this, the angle. See how you hold it down and it moves? Well, I'm going to keep it, let's try it this way. Let's keep it like that. Actually, just to start for now, since we still have to put the Constitution on there, we're going to angle it flat and then just hit rotate. There you go. It's been rotated. Now, actually, I'll show you one thing because I just realized it. I'm going to rotate it this way because see the top of the pages? This is the top of the page. That's wrapped up. So we have to put the text on there properly. Because then it's like, oh, well, what the heck? How, that doesn't make any sense. Why is it upside down? And just keep doing this until it's the way you want it. I want it as flat as possible for now. You're not going to get it perfect, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. Okay, so that's not bad. Anyways, so we got this, right? Just can move it. We're gonna right click or go to edit here. Cut it. Close without saving. Edit. Paste. Now it's smaller. Okay, no problem. Put that there. And I'm gonna undo this because there we go. Undo. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna undo that because now I'm actually gonna shrink this because the text is too small. So which means this is too big. Remember what I said? We don't want to inflate an image because it'll skew it. It'll make it look weird. So instead of doing that, we are going to scale this down. Just get as close as possible as you think. Try that. Nope. So undo. And like I said, you know, all I did is hit paste to check it, and it selects that. And as soon as you undo the paste, it'll go back to this image here. You see the dotted lines? That indicates that's what the image you have held right now. That's the one you're editing. So we're going to scale the layer again. Let's try 70%, see what that does. And paste it again. It's not too bad. We're getting there. So let me stop the video so you're not watching this the entire time. I'm just going to basically be doing the same thing over and over again. Okay, now I have it to the size I want. Before we edit and paste this onto here and anchor it, which I'll show you, we actually are going to grab this ribbon off. Because if we don't, as you can see, we're not going to be able to see it because this is going to be covering it. So we got to make a new layer out of that. I'll show you exactly how to do that. Same thing. Zoom in. Get your cut tool. And start putting your dots. And we're going to cut it out the same way we did as the eagle. And I'm going to blow through this. Pause the video. Be back in a sec. Alright, just resuming this for a sec so you can see what I'm doing. See, I'm just doing the same thing as the eagle, cutting it out. It's got just putting the dots. Cutting it out, doing it quick. Alright, be back in a second again.